All right, if you're just getting up or joining us, 2 planes obviously hijacked by terrorists, or they seem to think hijacked by terrorists. Seems so.
It seems
patently
pretty obvious.
Yeah,
you hate to state it definitively, but it certainly seems to be the case.
Have flown in, kamikazed into the World Trade Center,
on
killing
purpose.
Who knows how many people.
Who knows
I
how
can't
many.
even imagine. And we're going to bring you George Bush's speech from just moments ago. And I thought this was very strange. Did you see this?
No, I didn't see it. No,
Oh, it's weird.
He's pretty rattled.
Yeah, he's obviously rattled. But would you want the president around a bunch of kids when he's announcing that this terrorist activity is taking place, and he's like thanking people for their hospitality? This is really kind of... I mean, it's a terrible position to be put in, but it seems like they should have just pulled him outside.
Just wait. I mean, there's no rush. Just wait. I mean, we can hear from him in 30 minutes or something and get him ready, get him a little more versed in what's going on, get him to settle down a little bit.
But you send someone in there and you say, you know what, there's a bit of an emergency. The president's going to have to leave. Hey, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Oh, absolutely.
And then, instead of having him finish this thing.
Yeah, do a live shot from classroom C or something. Yeah.
But you can kind of, I think you can sort of read into... what the president's going through. It's pretty.
Well,
I don't think you get a pin up his ass. Not that you get a pin up mine if I was the president.
The thing of it is, too, he gets good and mad, and boy, he rattles the saber. And when somebody takes credit for this one, he's going to be on a mission, baby. We're going to be flying fighters over there like you can't believe.
Man. This is grim. They say bodies are dropping from the top floor now. They say 5 or 6 bodies.
Oh, my
So
God.
far from the Trade Center. And of course, it's on fire.
Like falling out or jumping out?
They presume people are jumping.
We were figuring that
that's what I was thinking.
It probably was like a Boeing 757, 767.
737 or an Airbus is what they've...
So an Airbus would be a A3. It could
For
be
the first one?
Could be an Airbus. It could be an Airbus.
One of the planes. So you had
They said
earlier report that it was
767 American Airlines from Boston.
All right, so you got that. You got how many people that work in those buildings. You only got 5 or 6 bodies falling. You wait and see how many end up falling.
This is just the
beginning.
We also have
true.
Not only have they stopped all air traffic, but they have all of Manhattan now sealed off because they're afraid of more terrorist attacks.
Sure.
The bridges.
You mean
and
sealed
the
off as in you can't drive into Manhattan?
Probably can't drive in or out.
No, or
probably.
out.
Or out.
Well, no.
Well,
I mean, the entire city is within.
Who
how
knows?
would you?
I sure as hell would want to get the hell.
Well, you know,
I sure would want to be allowed to get out.
So we've got that. We've got Manhattan sealed off, and we also have armed forces, of course, on high alert, as President Bush alluded to just moments ago. That we're going to bring the full force of government to bear in this. On behalf of New York City.
Yeah, I know what,
to resolve,
In one
and
big
of course,
knee-jerk reaction.
Except for the fact that, maybe there is more to this.
Well, there'll be a lot more
to happen.
Hey, listen, any story that we see come along, any story, in the end, there's so much more to the simplest of stories.
I mean, there's a possibility of more things to happen.
There's reports of a rumble at the Pentagon and people scurrying.
Are you
just
kidding
a
me?
rumble? Some kind.
So in other words, like silliness or maybe something.
I've heard that twice now.
Hard to say. Well, why don't we? You want to flip over to 4 real quick? That's where it came from.
Wow.
Yeah. Channel 4 is a picture.
Yeah, let's go to 4.
Oh, Jesus.
What the
hell's going on?
You want to save the? No, we don't want to watch Mother Angelica.
We're under attack.
Actually, nobody knows exactly what happened. I think the picture is pretty clear. According to one U.S. Army officer who went running past me at a full trot,
this is at the Pentagon.
He said that it appears that a bomb was detonated at the heliport. The heliport is a helicopter landing area right next to the Pentagon, just adjacent to the E-ring. The offices nearest the heliport area are U.S. Army, Reserve officers, and the Army Reserve our offices are located there. But as you can see, it appears to be a pretty significant blast. To give you some perspective, we are almost on the opposite side of the building, the world's largest office building. And as I reported to you, we could feel the building shake and the windows rattle. And as I was in the hallway just a few moments ago, I could smell an acrid kind of smoke, the kind of almost what you'd smell when a fluorescent light goes bad, that kind of ballast smell. And authorities are clearing the building. I don't know if you can hear the sirens outside right now, but it appears that...
They're, Trudy, the latest.
U.S. airspace is locked down, and supposedly they're evacuating the White House.
Wow.
Because of
this is
fear
like War
of
of the Worlds.
I know
further
it, man.
attacks.
This is like incredible. I mean,
according to ABC.
Guys, the picture we're looking at here, what is this? What is smoking
That's the
here?
Pentagon.
That's what I want to make sure.
That's outside the Pentagon, the heliport that they're talking about.
So if we're looking at just, I mean,
wouldn't you think
white smoke that has taken over the whole television screen, yeah, you would definitely vacate the White House.
Wouldn't you think our intelligence would be hip to one of these things?
Yeah.
And what else is there to come?
Well, exactly. And
sort of makes me glad to be in Michigan, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Although, on the heart of the
yeah, well, I've never liked the fact that we've got silos in the UP either, by the way. It seems to me Bush and company ought to be up in Air Force One about now, circling, if you know what I'm saying.
Would you want to fly into D.C. right now? They're evacuating the White House.
But you know how they get them up off the ground in the air and becomes a big command center up there? Because, I mean, this is starting to look, as you say, like a full-blown attack.
A national emergency, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Absolutely.
And that's when they take to the air, and Air Force One becomes a command center, as you know.
According to Chris
from all the movies.
Yeah, that's right.
As you know from watching...
Here's that whatever it was, and perhaps it was a plane, Katie, if those are the initial reports, crashed into, or the damage is on the roof of the building at the heliport side of the Pentagon, which is just opposite of the Potomac River, as I just said.
We're looking at the White House, Mick, because we are learning that there have been some evacuations
I don't like this
from the White House. I'm assuming that everyone is being evacuated from the Pentagon?
Well, nobody's given us the official word yet.
Is that a sprinkler at the White House? What is that?
I don't know, Drew.
You got a guy there's a guy with a machine gun in the shot.
Who's looking awful cool. He looks just like
the White House.
He looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, man. You see the arms on that dude?
But just judging by the pictures, it's clear that that part of the building that is not damaged, at least, has been evacuated. Like I said, in the hallway, it was pandemonium. People were rushing from their offices, rushing outside.
And you're in your office at the Pentagon right now, Mick, reporting to us?
I am in the office, but I'm at the opposite side of where this crash occurred.
All right, why don't you see if you can gather some more information?
This is a crash? Trudy, what are they talking about? Is that a crash?
Talking about a possible plane crash.
I thought they were talking about a bomb into the heliport at first.
That possibly nosed into the heliport at the Pentagon.
So also now we got maybe a plane that flew into the damn Pentagon and one that's aiming itself at the White House, maybe, you know? Jesus.
Are confirming the reports that one of the planes was a hijacked flight, an American flight from Boston to Los Angeles. They are also now looking into what's going on at the Pentagon. They don't have any details, but they have now put government buildings around the city of Washington on a heightened state of alert. I think part of that is happening formally, but obviously people are seeing what's going on, and some people are leaving buildings as well simply because of the concern following these latest reports from the Pentagon.
Yeah, we're picking up the signal from WDIV Channel 4, and this is Today's Show running over, isn't it? They don't go past 9 o'clock.
Good Morning America is also doing the same. Well, they actually called Peter Jennings out. They were also mentioning that they have a lot of drills in Washington, D.C. and New York that they've exercised what to do in the case of a biowarfare attack, if in case this is one of those things.
Yeah, that's all we need. Which way is the wind blowing, man?
Well, in 2 of the power centers of the United States, in Washington, D.C., at the Pentagon, and at the World Trade Center in New York City. They're also now evacuating the Sears Tower in Chicago.
If you were working in a building that tall in a major metropolitan area in the United States, wouldn't you want to just like go get your kids and go home and just take the day off?
I would already be home.
You remember the precautions they took when the Oklahoma City bombing happened, because they strengthened the facades of these buildings so that they couldn't drive truck bombs.
Sure. This has got to be Osama bin Laden, wouldn't you think?
I would have to say that anybody that
anybody who could orchestrate something like this,
I would say
he's by far the most organized of any of these, and he has attacked U.S. facilities
before. And obviously, this is so unprecedented.
The fires in the courtyard of the Pentagon. That's the latest report where all that smoke is coming from. And by the way, anybody want to know today's date?
Oh, it's 9/11.
11th of September, 9/11.
9/11.
I don't know if
I'm sure it's significant. And now we're going to find out that the government have been warned. You wait and see all the crap we're going to hear from this. They knew this a week ago.
Well, they didn't seem to know much. If all this is going on, I'm just surprised that of all these people who have squirreled through the system, whether it's through security onto this plane in Boston or whatever,
right?
Somebody with something that blew up in the courtyard of the Pentagon, and all these individual events that not one of them was.
Not one of them was understood.
There was a clue about any of them.
The other thing is, Drew, is it based on that thing in the courtyard? I mean, you've seen how much smoke is on that television screen.
I know. That's not a smoke bomb.
And nor is that just a little courtyard. I got to tell you, that is a major area that's on fire.
Is shutting down all airports.
Naturally.
In this country.
Not a bad idea.
So it has taken the proportion of
That's the very first thing you do. Don't let them land, don't let them take off.
So nobody goes anywhere today.
Monitoring all our sources. We've got about 8 TVs going.
She's running in with notes to Trudy like every 5 seconds.
Interns and producers. We're just kind of monitoring our various news organizations and cable outlets. How many stations are giving complete coverage? There's probably 15 stations, including cable news.
I would say at this point. I mean, at this point, since we seem to be under national attack, I would think almost every channel there would be on this one. Even the Food Channel would be covering this, I'd think.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, as you float around, you see there's like cartoons on and stuff like that. It just seems so silly,
ridiculous.
At the Pentagon. But we do know that nowhere in the United States, at no commercial airport under the control of the FAA, are aircraft taking off. And this is in large measure because it has now been reported by several news agencies that the first aircraft, I beg your pardon, the one of the 2 aircraft which crashed into the Twin Trade Towers just before and just after 9 o'clock.
Peter Jennings from
was
XYZ
out of Boston. We do not know the airline. We're not able absolutely to confirm that, but there are several reports.
Are we going to have like schools letting out and all that to follow? Yeah. I mean, we're shutting down the airlines.
Oh yeah, definitely schools will be.
They're evacuating tall buildings.
Everybody's going home, baby.